Today we are looking at the Manjaro Linux KDE desktop environment, which is version 23.0 of Manjaro, and the codename for Manjaro 23.0 is Uranos. So let's quickly boot it in a live boot. So I'm running it on a virtual machine, which is a VMware with 40 GB of hard disk, 4 GB of RAM, and my CPU is i5 12 Gen. So I already made two desktop environment videos of Manjaro 23.0, which is GNOME and Xfce, which are available in my channel. I posted that yesterday. So I think the official website didn't release in their website of Manjaro 23.0. Maybe they will be uploading the ISO files soon. I don't know really. There is no release note available, but I posted the release note in my channel description of the videos. So it should usually take like a 30 to 40 seconds to show up the desktop environment in my laptop. Usually this is the timing it takes. So the GNOME and the Xfce desktop environment were completely stable. The GNOME was like 10 minutes of freeze in the entire video. That's it. They didn't have any issues in that ISO file of a GNOME desktop environment. But the Xfce was flawless. It was working pretty much good entire video. So if you want to check that out, you can check that out and decide whichever desktop environment you want to use or install it on your hard disk. And remember, install it on my hard drive because I want to make just a live boot or the live boot videos. So that's the reason I didn't install any environment. If you install it, let me know in the comments below how it is working. Did you find any like bugs or anything in your desktop? So here is the welcome screen, and it says Manjaro hello Uranos. This is the codename for the Manjaro 23.0, which I mentioned in the yesterday's video. So the ISO files are not available in the official website yesterday. So let's see today it should be available or not. I don't know because I didn't read any release note or went to their official website. I didn't check it out anything. So this is the about of Manjaro welcome screen or the hello 0.7.1. Let's first change the display resolution. So here is the desktop. Let's open the system monitor or a task manager. So we can assume how much of resources it consumes. I'm going to place the system monitor in the right side corner throughout the video, so you should be getting every information or the exact numbers of how much of resources it consumes. So right now it's 1.4 GB of 4 GB of RAM. It's consuming like 1.4 GB. So CPU is around like not stable but still under 25%. That's pretty good. So usually I don't like the KDE desktop environment. It's my opinion. I don't recommend that to others. You may like KDE Plasma, but in my case, I only like the Xfce desktop environment. Don't get me wrong, it's my opinion, or that's my selection. If you like KDE Plasma, I don't have any problem. It's clearly your opinion. I respect your opinion, so I expect to respect my opinion. If you don't, it's clearly up to you. So about system monitor, it's 5.27.7. So here is the complete system resources. Let me put that in the right side corner so you can see properly throughout the video. So here it is. So let's get to the official website and see whether the ISO files are available in the official website or not. So everything opens instantly, even in the GNOME desktop environment, Xfce desktop environment. The apps were opening pretty much instantly. That's pretty awesome for that. So the Firefox version is a 117.0. I think Xfce has like a 117.1. I think it was a point update. I don't really remember in the yesterday video. If you want to check that out, you can check that out in my channel. So was 3 desktop environments and You decide whichever desktop environment you want to use it. So this is the official website. Let's go to the, I think they should be having in the blog, I guess. Let's go to the first download section and see whether the ISO file are released. Choose your architecture here. If you use ARM devices, you can go with ARM, and if you go with 64-bit, you can go with 64-bit. So here is the 3 desktop environment. Yesterday I made GNOME desktop and Xfce. Today it's Plasma. So there is 2 download options here. One is the torrent and the other one is basic or the normal downloading option, which is to use the download managers or another browser downloader. So as you can see in the corner right here, you will be seeing that the version is 22.1.3, which is available right now, but the 23.0 is not available right now. So as you can see, it says 22.1.3. It should be saying like a 23.0, 2309 like that, but it's not available. So you need to wait for that. It's always a good option to wait until the official website releases the stable ISO files. So it's better to wait instead of testing. So let's find, I think there should be no blog also of the 23.0 version. I don't think they released any news or something like that. As you can see, there is nothing here. The last news was on the April. So it's better to wait for you because they should be having some bugs. I didn't find any bugs in my ISO files. I downloaded 3, I used 3, and I made videos on 3 videos of Manjaro 23.0. I didn't find any bugs or anything. Right now it's KDE Plasma, but let's see if we find any bugs or like that. So let me open the console or the terminal for the KDE Plasma Manjaro, and let's get some of the distro information. So first let's check the version, because some people want to know the version of the apps. So I'm going to show every app's version before opening or launching anything like that. So let's type in the command, which is inxi. So as you can see, the kernel version is a 6.5.0-1 for the Manjaro 23.0. So here is the sum of the information. Let's type in another command, which is inxi-b. So as you can see, it says host as a Manjaro, kernel version already mentioned, and the distro is a Manjaro Linux, and the desktop is a KDE Plasma, and the version is 5.27.7. And it says as a machine VMware because I'm running it on a VMware. I already mentioned that. So here are some of the information of the graphics, which is OpenGL version 4.3, Mesa is 23.1.6-2, and my resolution is a 1920 into 1080 with a 60 Hz monitor, and the storage is a 40 GB, which I already mentioned that too, and the processors running right now are 261. Used RAM is a 1.6 GB, which is almost a 42% of 4 GB. Here it is, and the available is here. So let's type in the another command, which is inxi-G, and hit enter. So the display is X11 server Xorg version 21.1.8. So already OpenGL Mesa is mentioned, so no need to check that out. If you want to check that out on the everything, if you want to read everything, you can pause the video and read everything. It's clearly up to you. I'm not going to read everything because it's going to take a lot of time and it will make a lengthy video. So that's the reason. So let's type in another command, which is cat:/etc/issue. Hit enter. So the user is Manjaro and the password is Manjaro. You need to type in this for the password if you asked any password in the distro. You can change it by installing the Manjaro Linux on your hard disk. I don't recommend right now because the official website didn't release the ISO files right now. It's always a good option to wait for a few days until the stable ISO file is released in their official website. So let's type in another command, which is inxi-sv8. This is the same command as the above, but it will give you the complete information in the one section. So here is the complete information. You can pause the video and check it out, all the things here. This is a complete distro information. You can pause the video and read everything if you want. So let's type in neofetch. If it is installed or it's available, it should be like a green mark. If you are doing anything wrong, it should be like a highlighted with a red text. So that was a small tip. I think most of viewers, everyone know that. So no problem. Well, let's type in another command, which is a hstop. Here is the hstop for some of the viewers who want to see hstop. I think we got complete information of the distro. So let's see terminal. Let's go with the installation. Here is the installer. Double click on the installer. I'm not going to install it on my hard disk because I don't want to. So here is the installer. As you can see, the code name is Uranos. I think I spelled it wrong in the yesterday's video. I woke up at 3 a.m. and made the videos of GNOME and Xfce. I'm sorry if I'm wrong, no problem. People make mistakes. So first you need to choose the language. You can choose any language. There are plenty of languages available here. So after choosing your language, just click on next. So you need to choose your location. I'm choosing the Los Angeles. There is no need to provide the actual location. You can provide any location you want. So here is the map, and here is a drop down menu of the maps or the locations. You can choose any of one of them here. Here is some of the customization you can customize here, which is the system language will be set to American English, which is United States, which should be EN US like this. And the number and dates local will be set to American English United States. You can change to your locations and click on next after choosing everything. This is a keyboard selection. You need to choose your keyboard. Mine is a Dell keyboard, but it always says as a generic 105 key PC for some reason. No problem. But it works for me, so I'm going to choose that one. And choose your keyboard languages, all the things, what type of keyboard language you need, like English United States or a Russian, anything you want, you can choose it here. I'm keeping on default and click on next. Here is the selection of installation destination. You need to choose the perfect or the exact hard disk which you want to use. So try to choose the correct one here, because it's going to delete the current operating system if you have operating system in that hard disk. So if you have anything in that hard disk, it's going to be completely erased. So be careful while choosing this option, or you need to be having some basic knowledge here, because it's an installation. You need to be having some knowledge about how to install it. So there are a lot of videos, a lot of channels who will make how to install this Linux distro. It's always a good option to check out if you don't know anything about this installation. It's always a good option to learn from the others and try to install it instead of ruining the PC. So after selection, you have options here. You can choose manual partitioning, which will give you the dual booting options or a dual operating system options. Choose anything you want here. So encrypt system, you need to provide the password, which should be same in both the boxes if you want to encrypt. I don't want to. So this is the current state, and this is the after state of using or installing the Manjaro. And choose your bootloader location. If you want, you can do that later. It's clearly up to you. So after that, click on next. You need to provide like a username, password, all the login credentials here. So let's quickly do that. I'm choosing username and the computer name and the password. For the sake of the video, I'm just choosing the simple password. You need to provide a strong password because it's for privacy. So choose this option, login automatically without asking for the password, and use the same password for the administrator account. You can change the password for, you can put the different passwords here. It's clearly up to you. So if everything is going good, you should be seeing a tick mark. If you see a cross mark or an into mark, you should be correcting here. You need to correct whatever you done wrong here. So let's click on next. You should be having like a office suite. You can choose any office suite you want. No office suite, LibreOffice, free office. I think most of the users will choose the LibreOffice. If you want to choose anything you want, it's clearly up to you. After choosing the office suite, click on next. Here is the complete summary of whatever you chose in the previous installation step. Read it properly. If everything is going good, if everything is good, click on install. It's going to take like a 5 to 10 minutes, depends on the PC, depends on the stable ISO file. It should take that much of time. Maybe sometimes it should take a lot of time. It's not a exact number. It should be rough numbers. It should be taking more time. It clearly depends on the PC and the ISO file. So after that, you should be seeing the Manjaro Linux. Whether you choose the hard disk or a virtual disk, whatever you choose, it should be installed in that. Let's close the installation now. What have we? I think we left with some of the desktop features and some applications. That's it. Let's check out all the desktop features. Here is the date and calendar. As same in every Linux distro, there is nothing difference here. Some notifications, as you can see, status, and some of the shortcuts. Disk and devices. You can customize the volume if you want. This thing is already available in the KDE Plasma older version, so I think there is nothing new here. And this is a package manager. Let's open the package manager. And this is the integration of Get Plasma browser integration. So this is a workspace. Let's go to the top one. This is a peek at desktop. So let's get all the information in the package manager. Keep an eye on the CPU and RAM because it should be helping for some viewers. If you don't care, it's clearly up to you. People who have low-end PC, it's a better option to check it out always, because it should be, if you have like a 2 GB of RAM, I don't recommend the this Linux distro if you have 2 GB of RAM. I think it should be a bit of lag here and there, I guess, because it's almost a 1.8 GB without opening any of the applications. So I think you understand what I'm trying to say here. So in 2023, if you have 2 GB RAM, it will be a bad idea, I think, to use the midweight or a heavyweight Linux distros. It's always a good option, go with the lightweight desktop environment if you have like a 2 GB of RAM and a low-end PC. So if you ask me for the recommendation, I would recommend you to go with the 4 GB of RAM in 2023, because it's a 2023, most of the Linux distros are like a midweight and heavyweight. There are a lot of lightweight Linux distro, no problem. If you have a 2 GB of RAM, I don't recommend this Linux distro, as you can see why. So it's always a good option, go with the lightweight desktop environments like Manjaro, Xfce. It was consuming like a 1.1 GB, and throughout the video it went like I guess 1.8, 1.9. It's clearly up to you. If you want to test it, you can test it the KDE Plasma version, but always test it in a live boot first, and after you're satisfied with everything, like opening of the apps, like open like bunch of apps, like 5 to 10 apps, and see the RAM and CPU. If it works like properly without any heavy lags, so like it's a good option to install it. If it's not, it's clearly up to you. So that's the thing I want to say. I said it. So let's get back to the package manager here. So these are all the version, as you can see. Firefox 107, 117, sorry. GIMP is 2.10. All the versions. We don't need to open and check all the about information of the app. Here it is, all the information. Let's go to the installed apps. So here are all the installed applications or package managers, everything. So if you want to see this video in a slow-mo, you can slow the video in the YouTube settings. Go to playback speed. It should be default like a 1.0, and change the 1.0 to 0.25, and you should see the video in slow-mo, and you can read the all the package manager with versions if you want. Only if you care. If you don't care, you can just don't need to change the setting of speed. So here are the updates available. Let's check the about section also. Let's go to the about. So PAMAC is 10.6.0. Let's check out the desktop wallpapers. Let's see whether they uploaded some wallpapers or not. In the GNOME desktop environment and the Xfce desktop environment, there were nothing changes in the wallpapers. So I don't think we have anything here also. So there is nothing changes here in the wallpaper section. I think these were available in the older versions also, I guess. I don't remember these things because I'll be posting 2 videos daily of every Linux distro, so it's pretty much very hard to remember of every single distro. So I hope you understand that. So let's close this thing. People who are already using the Manjaro Linux older version should be catching whatever the new changes here. They should instantly get whatever the new changes happened. So let's open some bunch of apps and see whether it crashes or it handles pretty smooth. So let's open file manager, browser, and the software manager. Let's open some bunch of apps here, like we already opened the Dolphin file manager. Here is some music player. Usually you should be seeing just a few apps in the KDE Plasma. The pre-installed apps will be less in the KDE Plasma, and most of them will be almost KDE Plasma desktop environment apps. So you don't see a bunch of other apps like GNOME desktop environment or Xfce. Let's open Gparted and WinView also. Let's open other apps too. Let's go to all applications. We already opened the installer, so we don't need to open that. Let's open KText editor. I think we have like a few apps, that's it. Let's scroll it down. This toolbox. Let's open time shift also. Here, right. Let's go to system selections. We already opened everything. Let's even open the hello. On the settings, we don't have anything here. Office, Ockler. On the multimedia, we should be seeing VLC media player. Let's even open that. So that's it enough. Let's get to the system monitor and see. So it's almost like a 2.7 GB, as you can see. We opened like maybe 12 apps, I guess. So it's almost like a 2.7 GB, and CPU is almost it's touching like a 80 to 90%. It's going to almost nearly 96-94%. So that's the reason I mentioned that if you have a 2 GB of RAM, so it will be a bit of heavy, and it will be a bit of torture for you. It's always a good idea go with the lightweight desktop environment if you have a low-end PC. So these are all the apps. Let's check the version and close the apps. So VLC media player, this is the version. Ockler 23.08. Hello, already showed the version, so let's close that. Let's even close the toolbox. Here, right, 23.08. Wait. 23.08 WenView, 23.08 Gparted 1.50. That was 1.5.0. Elisa 23.08. Most of the KDE desktop environment apps version will be 23.08. So it will be same for most of the apps. So here is the official website. Let's close that thing also. File manager. Let's check the version of the Dolphin. 23.08. As I already mentioned, the version will be same. So I already showed the software manager. So let's close this. And here is the at the end of the video, this is the resources, which is 1.7 GB on the RAM, and the CPU is it's not stable. As I already mentioned, it's going to almost 30%. Let's go to history and check. As you can see, there was a high peak here because we opened like a bunch of apps, and here is a stable, not the complete stable. There is a high peak here and there. So I'm not going to say it's a stable in the graph of a RAM. So it's clearly up to you, whatever desktop environment you want to choose in the Manjaro 23.0. It's clearly your selection. I made 3 desktop environment videos. You can watch all the videos. You can decide anything. It's clearly up to you. You should be judging your ISO file, whatever you want to download it and install it on your hard disk. If you tested or if you installed the Manjaro 23.0, do let me know in the comments section, because it will help me and it will help others also. So as you can see, there is a stable graph going on almost like 30 to 40 seconds here. As you can see, there is a stable graph. There is no major high peak or a low peak in the graph. So that's pretty good. Let's get back to the desktop and end the video. I think we covered everything, I guess. So let's get to the system settings and check out some power options and end the video. So there is nothing changes here. Everything is similar. Same notifications, same power management. You can customize all the power options. It's clearly up to you. Bluetooth, printers, input devices, mouse, game controller, touchpad. It's clearly up to you, whatever you want to customize. You can customize here. About the system, here is the system D. So KDE frameworks version is a 5.109. That's awesome. So here is the system D. If you want, you can go through all these things. So I think that's the video, I guess. So the live credentials are like a username is a Manjaro and the password is a Manjaro on the low characters or the low alphabets, small alphabets, sorry. So that's it for the video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the thumbs up button. It helps make a good content for you. Other than that, I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace out. So there will be another video today because I'll be posting 2 videos. If you want to check that out, you can check that out after watching this video. Peace out.